Hello friends, welcome to Insights I Can Initiative. In today's video, we are going to discuss about India's Prime Minister visit to Lakshadweep and how the Lakshadweep visit is going to be important in terms of tourism point of view and how it is causing a rippling effect in Maldives. So in that context, we are going to discuss about India-Maldives relation at certain level as well. So now without any delay, first we will discuss about the video components. In this video, we are going to discuss about why it is in news. Already I told you India's Prime Minister visited Lakshadweep to inaugurate certain developmental projects and certain infrastructure projects as well. It is going to interlink Lakshadweep with India in a more connective manner. Then, so that developmental project is about submarine optical fiber connection. It is related to improving the connectivity of Lakshadweep to India and various foundationing programs related to some primary health centers and other infrastructure development projects. In this context, we will discuss about, because Prime Minister visit mainly in the Kavaratti Island, we will discuss about Kavaratti Island and Lakshadweep Island in general as well. Then, as the Lakshadweep Island is getting more attention, it is even surpassed the Maldives as well in terms of Google search. Now, can Lakshadweep compete the Maldives regarding the tourism? Let's see. But more than that, recently in Maldives, India out plan is going on. In Maldives, political change has happened. We know that recently Maldives elected new president, and how things are going in Maldives and how Maldives and India relations are doing. After that, at the end of the video, we are going to discuss about what was the India's help previously to Maldives, where India helped to Maldives in terms of Operation Cactus, and even we helped to in terms of Sanjeevani during the COVID times, Operation Sanjeevani, and we supplied water as well when their water and sewerage treatment plant, when it got failed, we helped to Maldives by supplying water. So we are going to discuss about all these components in this video. Syllabus mapping point of view, it is related to Gender Studies paper 2 IR, International Relations. For this, first we have to understand our Honorable Prime Minister visited Lakshadweep recently. So these are the photographs from Lakshadweep. Now if you look at the Lakshadweep is towards the eastern side of India, and it is in terms of distance, the Lakshadweep's capital Kavaratti is around 400 km away from Indian state Kerala, and some of the other islands of Lakshadweep such as Androot, Kalpini, Minikoi. Minikoi is around 400 km from Kerala as well. Of course, this Minikoi is the nearest island to Maldives. Okay, nearest Lakshadweep island to Maldives is like Minikoi. Tell me students, Maldives comes under the jurisdiction of which High Court of India? This Lakshadweep comes under the jurisdiction of which High Court of India? This Lakshadweep. Okay, so put your answer in the comment section. Now, let's see why it is in news. It is in news because two reasons. Lakshadweep surpassed Maldives in terms of Google search for the second consecutive day after Prime Minister visit to Lakshadweep recently. Okay, then the Prime Minister visit details related to Lakshadweep. This Prime Minister visit included, he inaugurated the Kochi Lakshadweep Islands submarine optical fiber connection. So this will improve the infrastructural connectivity between especially the digital infrastructure connectivity between the Kerala, that is India's mainland, and Lakshadweep. It will facilitate fast internet connection to Lakshadweep so that e-governance can be very easy in the Lakshadweep. And of course, Prime Minister laid the foundation stone for the renovation of the primary healthcare facility as well as 5 model Anganwadi centers in this region. So those are the details regarding the Prime Minister tour. Let's see further details regarding this project, that is submarine optical fiber connection. We know that students, optical fiber, it helps in passing the internet signals. Okay, and optical fiber works with the mechanism of total internal reflection. With this mechanism, it helps in passing of signals very effectively from one region to another region. So because of this nature, optical fibers is having quite high usage in the internet connectivity programs. It will enhance the communication link between the Kavaratti, that is Lakshadweep, and main part of India. This project cost is around more than 1150 crores, and through this project various government services such as e-governance, telemedicine, digital banking, digital currency usage, digital literacy. These services are going to be effectively available to Lakshadweep. And the funding of this project. This project is funded by Universal Services Obligation Fund USOF under the Department of Telecommunication. Who is going to execute this project? Bharati Sanchar Nigam Limited, BSNL, one of the PSU of India. Tell me students, whether the PSUs comes under the definition of Article 12, that is definition of state or not. Next, so the BSNL serves as a executing agency for this project, and this work was awarded to the private company, that is NEC Corporation India, PSU company, NEC Corporation India Private Limited, through global open tendering process. Okay. So, supervising by BSNL and executing by a private company, NEC Corporation India Private Limited. Okay. So, who is executing the project? That is important, rather than who is actually doing this. BSNL is executing the project. Now, as majority of activities were surrounding the and based on the Kavaratti, let's see. Kavaratti is the capital of Lakshadweep, and it is one of the most developed island in India, and it is situated between the Agathi Island to the west and Androt Island to the east. And Kavaratti has been chosen as the one of the city under the Smart City program. You know that under Smart City mission, Government of India decided to improve cities infrastructure so that people quality of life and people ease of life can be improved a lot. So cities will be more people friendly. That is the main idea behind the Smart City mission. Next, Lakshadweep Island. Lakshadweep is a group of islands. The group of island is nothing but archipelago. It consists of 36 islands. The name of Lakshadweep in Malayalam means 100,000. That means 1 lakh. Lakshadweep declared as UT in 1956. It consists of 12 atolls. That means circular coral reefs, 3 reefs, 5 submerged banks, and 10 inhabited islands. That means out of 36 islands, 10 islands are suitable for inhabited by people, and these are being inhabited by local people. The principal islands in this territory are Minicoy and the other islands which are present in the Amandivi group. And the easternmost island, it lies 300 km from the coast from the Kerala. This is covered, and 10 of the islands are inhabited. Already we discussed. Capital of Lakshadweep is Kavaratti. We know that. Important flora and fauna. Let's see. Important flora. Coconut and tenga. These are the two economically important crops in this UT. Next, seagrass, that is Thalassia hemprichium and Samodossia isotifolia. These are the two species which are preventing the sea erosion in the coastal area of Lakshadweep. Very, very important. With respect to culture and heritage, Kolkali and Parichakali, these are the very popular folk art form of the territory, and these are the very integral part of the culture of these people. Apart from these two, in the area of Minicoy, the lava is one of the most popular dance form. This is the cultural aspect. Now let's see, in this the majority of this activity in Lakshadweep, obviously it got the major attraction from Maldives. Now let's discuss about the Maldives. Even the Maldives member of parliaments also, they tweeted that might be there is some activity going in the Lakshadweep, but Lakshadweep is never going to be alternative to Maldives in terms of tourism. Okay, fine. Of course, we cannot say that we can replace completely, because we have to develop the Lakshadweep in terms of tourism in sustainable manner. We cannot simply substitute to Maldives and in a very inorganic manner. It cannot be done. With respect to Maldives, Maldives is completely based on coral reefs, and Maldives capital is Malé. Okay, and these are the popular islands, popular atolls present of this Maldives, and the Maldives are located in the Lakshadweep Sea, and they are above the equator. That means complete Maldives present in the north of the equator, that means northern hemisphere. Recently Maldives elected new president. New president name is Mohammad Mizu. Normally whenever the new president elected in Maldives, their first visit will be India, because India is the one of the major economy which is very close to Maldives. But instead of visiting to India, the newly elected president, he visited to Turkey. Here we are understanding the changing stand of the Maldives foreign policy. Maldives is giving more importance to Turkey, and of course Turkey nowadays, by involving much in Bangladesh as well as Afghanistan, Turkey's activities in South Asia is getting increased. Okay, of course we have to be very cautious and we have to control the Turkey activities. Now let's see, he did not come as a official visit to first foreign destination to India, unlike most presidents. Maldives did not participate even recently in the Colombo Security Conclave as well. Actually, Colombo Security Conclave is a security grouping, and this grouping consists of active members India, Sri Lanka, Maldives and Mauritius. Maldives did not attend. Okay. Of course, this grouping also consists of some observer countries as well. And earlier, this newly elected president, he ought to change the Maldives India's first policy, which was adopted by his predecessor. That means he is not giving importance to India in his foreign policy. So this is the effect of the change in government. In IR, we will study that how the domestic changes in a country will affect the foreign policies. Next, we helped to Maldives previously in tougher times to Maldives with Operation Cactus. Actually, Operation Cactus is like a militant attack on Maldivian government. They tried to overthrow the Maldivian government, and India helped to that. And India failed that process. Actually, India owed that any country, if it is under the attack of the anti-social element, we will help to that country unconditionally, okay, without involving in the internal politics of that country. Because after the experience with Sri Lanka, we decided not to involve in internal politics of any country. Next, Operation Neer. So when Maldives experienced that their water and sewerage, that plant, when it got failed due to the fire accident, India supplied bottled water with India's heavy lift transporters like C-17, Globemaster 3 and Globemaster 276. With these heavy lifters, India supplied water as well. Now, the Maldives decided not to renew the hydrography cooperation agreement, which supposed to be expired on 7th June 2024. So Maldives decided not to renew this agreement. That means it is going to be expired. This agreement facilitates India's and Maldives enhanced cooperation in the oceanic research. Next, India's reaction. India is decided to continue its engagement with Maldives, and India try to continue its funding project which committed to Maldives previously, and there is a speculation in India that China is developing their naval base in Maldives. What are the way forward? So we can understand that how the domestic politics will affect India's relation with any other country. So we have to regularly interact with domestic politics of particular country, whichever the country is our interested. Then India must work with like-minded countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, because they are feeling threat from this, like Turkey as well. Turkey is becoming more assertive among the Islamic nations. So we have to take those countries' help to check the Turkey's influence in these regions like Bangladesh as well as Afghanistan. Okay. Now, yesterday's video question. Which of the following are not mentioned in the Constitution of India? Which of the following are not mentioned? So here, Council of Ministers mentioned, and the collective responsibility mentioned, resignation of ministers not mentioned, office of Deputy Prime Minister not mentioned. So answer must be C. Next, today's question. Consider the following statement regarding the Kavaratti Islands. Read the following two statements and pick the right one. Mains question. Highlight the major challenges involved in the India-Maldives relations with reference to stability in the Indian Ocean region. So what are the major issues involved? This is the mains question. As we reached to the end of this video, in this particular video, we discussed about Prime Minister visit to Lakshadweep and some information regarding the Lakshadweep and Lakshadweep flora, fauna and cultural activities of the Lakshadweep. After that, we discussed about India-Maldives. Okay, because some of the experts are saying that India trying to replace, at least up to certain extent, the Maldives as a tourist destination by developing Lakshadweep. And what are the political developments going in the Maldives also we discussed, and what are the India's option before also we discussed. So this is the detailed analysis regarding this particular issue. Thank you.